Biker Dad is brought to you by UpstateBikerLawyer.com and Tom Schimmerling, founding member of the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. Hi, my name is Chris Best, and I left my 25-year corporate career to ride motorcycles and tell stories. And this time, I'm starting off here in the very scorching hot Austin, Texas. And yeah, we're out for a ride, but it's a little bit different than anything I've done before. We're riding to the movies, and we're seeing one of the first big biker movies that I can think of in probably decades. And I'm going across the country, 3 cities in less than a week to see this movie called Bikeriders 3 times in 3 different cities with groups of different people. And I'm gonna show you how some of my friends make sure hundreds of bikers got to see this film for free. That's where we start this episode of the Biker Dad TV show, so let's roll. Have you ever sat at your job and thought, what if I just got up and left? Tell that horrible boss to take this job and shove it. Have you ever wanted to just walk out? What about burnout? Well, that's exactly what I did, but I didn't just quit. I left my 25-year corporate career to ride motorcycles and tell your story. Daytona Beach, Florida, where you can actually drive onto the beach. Rick Fairless, a legend of his own, introduced me to Richard Rollins, Mayfield, Kentucky. Southeast Missouri, beautiful city of Knoxville, Tennessee. Gulf Coast of Mississippi, the Florida coast and the Tampa Bay area, Orange County Choppers, Roadhouse and Museum, talking to Paul Tuttle Sr. himself. But make no mistake, this is not a show about motorcycles or even about me. Instead, I travel across the country to meet the people who use their passion for motorcycles to make their communities stronger, safer, and better. This is Biker Dad. All right, I'm on a little bit of an adventure where Hollywood is meeting up with real-life bikers. One of the first real biker movies that I can remember in a really long time. We're starting off here in Austin, Texas with Biker Wolfpack Law and a whole crowd of people who showed up to see this movie.
Today we are at Alamo Drafthouse in South Austin. We are here for the movie premiere of The Bikerider. We are partnering with our Biker Wolfpack Law, Glenn Larson Law. He bought out one of the theaters, and so we have a great opportunity to kind of a little community, a little good time, so people rode their bikes in, drove their cars because it is 110 in Texas, but gonna have the opportunity to watch the movie together with a bunch of actual motorcycle riders, which is awesome, in the Austin community.
Right, we're here in Austin, Texas. We're checking out the new movie, Bikeriders, which I said wrong for like 6 months, Biker Rider. But we are with Glenn Larson and Biker Wolfpack Law. And first of all, just tell us how this came about. Why are you buying out the theater so that everybody can see this movie?
One simple reason, it's all about community and making sure that everything's safe for the bikers out there. It's a personal mission of mine to make sure that in today's world, that the bias that's out there against the motorcyclists is really taken advantage of too many times by insurance companies. But really today is not about law, it's not about personal injury, it's about connection and being right here in my own backyard in South Austin, right here in the Alamo Drafthouse. And so glad to be able to put this on and have a good time with everybody. That's what it's all about, community.
So what made you think about doing this in the first place? Like, how did this get on your radar?
I like to say I'm a follow through on a lot of things, but I'm more creative. And it was just a brainstorm idea that we had, and we thought, why not? We'll just try it in our own backyard. Robert from Biker Wolfpack Law told me about the movie. I started looking into it, and it was a great fit. Tells a great story, and it mainly was just something to have a break in the heat, you know?
Yeah.
Get inside.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, very impressed. Great acting. Spot on with the motorcycles like I thought about.
I think that's the biggest part is the actual depiction of it. People don't understand that where the club part of it is everyone thinks it's all this wholesome family stuff, but the deep nitty gritty of it and the background, that shit's real. It goes from different stages of being a wholesome part, and then it goes into the scary parts. It goes into the real, the drugs, the running, the murders. But I think it's coming back to a full circle where it is a family community and they support everyone around us instead of just being that scary idea of it.
I don't think you spoiled anything. I think people kind of know the storyline, but I think it's well done. I think the actors were good. think the motorcycles are great. I think it was cut well, directed well, so it'll be a regular in the rotation now.
Absolutely.
It was interesting, and I think you learn like a lot about the history and stuff. The clubs are for some people and not for everyone, but it's good to know where you came from, or what your social circle kind of evolved from, and the future's endless.
Go see it.
A+. Even if you don't know anything about motorcycles, you're gonna love the storyline of it. It's kind of straight to the point. It doesn't really drag around. The acting's good. I think the directors, everything, the screenwrite is fantastic. So overall, A+.
Well, this was a free contest with the Glenn Lawson law firm. All you had to do was enter, and you could have came and saw the event. It was an excellent movie.
I thought it was pretty cool.
I liked it too. It was an excellent movie. It really portrayed, I guess, the actual book. At the end, where they showed the actual photos, they were spot on. The characters portraying the actual people in the book.
Well, in a way it was, but a lot of things are different in this area than they are where they were from. Like nobody here wears colors in a car. They were wearing colors in a car. There's a lot of things that are different, but there's a lot of things that were accurate.
I didn't really have a favorite. I thought they all were good.
Probably Benny, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Come see it, definitely.
Go see the movie. It was excellent.
Yeah, it's good.
Very glad that he put on this particular showing for this movie. Wish more people had taken the opportunity to come, because it really was a good time. They missed everything.
They missed being here with us.
Yeah, that's right. They missed raffles. Actually won something. Yeah, I got one of the T-shirts. They had gift cards. It was a really good time.
Again, we're all about the community and bringing people together. So we connected with Biker Wolfpack Law about, I guess, a year ago. When I came back into the scene, back into the marketing role, connected with these guys. It's been a really good partnership. Glenn and his team are great. Again, it's all about community, building relationships, and doing this life together. And so having a partner and having a group like Biker Wolfpack Law that really is all about the community, it's been really good to have around, doing different events together. They're showing up at our events on a weekend basis, and so we'd be out here to support them on one of their events. It's a great partnership and a good friendship that we've created.
So Glenn Larson Law, founded by myself, and through Biker Wolfpack Law, is a national organization, but with very much a Texas-centered focus, specifically in Dallas and in Central Texas, and really in West Texas. We have a lot of work out there. But the main issue is that as a president of NAML for 2024, it's a network of wonderful lawyers that really want to serve the community and really defeat the purpose of, really just kind of get around all the BS that's out there, because people just need to have their voice heard and their story told. Misconceptions about bikers, and in my opinion, they're some of the most loyal, most trustworthy, most hardworking, most committed individuals that you'll ever know. And that's another side of it, is amongst the community who don't understand motorcycles.
Thought this movie was interesting, and the crowd here was interesting, because you have the quote-unquote poser weekend warriors like me, and you did have some one-percenters here watching the movie too. Sure. And we all sat side by side and had a great time with it, and the one-percenters loved the movie. They thought it was accurate, and some really old ones too, who were probably back there in the day, and so did the kind of weekend warrior biker people like me too. Right. And we were talking about biker bias, and that's kind of where it comes from, is that culture. I thought this movie kind of showed you that those guys are real people too.
It does, and it also shows that there's a new chapter, that's out there.
Our second stop on the Biker Dad Bikeriders tour is here in Atlanta, Georgia, with my buddy Michael Mobies from Mobies Law.
Pretty
It's
gritty.
A little gritty, yeah.
And here in Mobile, Alabama, we literally rolled out the red carpet for motorcycle moviegoers. My friend Noel Leonard, biker lawyer here on the Alabama coast, bought out the theater, and we rode over with Mobile Bay Harley Davidson.
Noel Leonard, biker lawyer, rider, a little low key, just came out from seeing the movie. I just bought out the theater, and we put out the word with your help, Biker Dad, Chris Best, and we just bought out the theater and had anyone who wanted to come out today.
One of the coolest things in Austin, Texas, maybe even in Texas altogether, is this. It's called Barton Springs. It used to be a place where Indians did sacred rituals hundreds and hundreds of years ago, and Texans have been cooling off here since at least the 1700s. And yeah, this used to be out in the middle of the wilderness, but right there, as you can see, it's now right in the middle of the major city and one of the biggest attractions in town. Certainly a place you gotta come check out if you are in the hill country of Texas. Hi there, this is Chris Best, the Biker Dad. I'm just here to let you know that myself and the hundreds of thousands of people who follow us on social media and watch the TV show are here to help. Do you need help with something? Give me a call. That's my number right there, 251-402-6392. Especially if you need legal help, I have an army of lawyers across the country who can help you with injuries after motorcycle crashes especially, but other stuff like crime and everything else too. So give me a call, 251-402-6392. Hey, upstate New York, Biker Dad is rolling back into town and we want you to come hang out with us. We will be at the 24th annual 9/11 tribute ride and concert with Operation Patriot Foundation and UpstateBikerLawyer.com. It's Saturday, September 7th at Ontario Beach Park in Rochester. We'd love to see you there, and you may even appear on the Biker Dad TV show. Come for the live music, the fun, the food, to remember those heroes we lost in 9/11. In New York, Biker Dad is brought to you by Upstate Biker Lawyer and Tom Shimmerly. Biker Dad is brought to you by UpstateBikerLawyer.com and Tom Shimmerly, founding member of the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers.
We love Tom, but let me tell you this about the Upstate Biker Lawyer. He is giving, and very caring. He's a generous man. In fact, I don't have the right shirt on.
Oh, I don't either.
Shirt. He is our sponsor for the 12th year for the annual bike run, and I've already hit him up for the 13th year.
So he is officially our very first sponsor for the 2025 13th annual bike run.
So we love him.
Yep, great guy. So I had an issue, and he called me up. I never called him. He called me to make sure that I was okay. Great guy all around, whether it's professional or personal. And then you've got Chrissy over there, and she's just like the arm candy. Her hands in so many things.
Thanks, Biker Dad.
Somebody will ask me what we do, and I honestly can't tell you because we do so many things. Carol will rip them up. We do this, and this. I'm like, oh yeah, we do. We just do it. We just try to be decent. We don't need a thank you. We don't need anything in return. Everybody needs a little help every now and then, and if we can help that one person, then that's worth it.
Hey everybody, we are 60 for 60, the Mohawk Run, and you're watching Biker Dad TV.
Now, a Biker Dad road trip. On an extremely long road trip from Alabama to New York, all the way up to almost Canada and back. And I'm here in Maryville, Tennessee. And this is kind of starting to feel like my second home away from home at the Tail of the Dragon. If you've heard of the Tail of the Dragon, of course you have. I told you about it, and if you're a biker, you definitely know what it is. I love this little motel. My friend Mandy owns it, and anytime I come through here, I crash at Dragon City Hotel, and it's just a fantastic, clean, fun little spot right at the beginning or end of the Dragon, depending on which way you're going from. And here's just a quick look around at Dragon City Hotel. I really love the little kitchen they have here. This retro refrigerator. It's like a 50s throwback. It's pretty cool. Plenty of room for beer, and they always leave a little treat in there for you. Some Rice Krispie snacks and a couple bottles of water. And of course, gotta get fueled up before the Dragon. So a giant coffee pot. It's gonna come in handy in the morning. I've been driving since about 7 a.m. Eastern time, and it's now 1:30 the next day. So yeah, I'm gonna need that coffee in the morning before I hit the Dragon. Oh my God, this bed is so comfortable. It has really nice memory foam, and I've actually slept in my truck several times this week, so this is gonna feel good, and I'm gonna crash right now. Good night.
I'm Bob. I'm from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. Ken, also from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada.
We border Montana and North Dakota, so our border's got a bit of both. We are about 4,000 miles from home. If we did the straight road home, I checked that out just the other day. When I checked it was 3,999 miles home. We're looking for twisty roads, and we don't have an actual destination. We look at a map and look at the roads, and we follow where the roads go, not where the towns are. So Tail of the Dragon is very nice. I really enjoyed it. It was a beautiful ride, but we've seen some better roads. I've done Western Canada before, the mountains. That to go to Eastern Canada from where we live, there's a lot of, as you said, long, straight, boring stretches with not much scenery or much to do until you get then kind of to Eastern Canada. Not that Canada's any different, but we've seen so many changes in terrain. We've gone from desert and rock. We stopped the Grand Canyon. We went through stretches in a single day where we went from lush vegetation to just rock and scrub brush to twisty mountain roads to just straight. You see the road for the next 25 miles. It's just going someplace we haven't been before. I think is the biggest. It's because we've checked off I don't know how many states that we've never traveled through before, and even sometimes it would just cut through the corner of. You can like put a check mark and say we've been to that state. So. So I think that's part of it, just hitting roads that we've never done before. Our only real goals, 2 of them, was to get down to Lynchburg, Tennessee to tour the Jack Daniels facility and to get back up to Sturgis for the rally. And everything else, we're just making it up as we go. So, and this road, not the 129 in the tail, but we did the Foothills Parkway, was based on the recommendation of a local when we were up at the Dragon's Tail gift shop. And he said, oh, well, you have to do the Foothills Parkway. And so we woke up this morning and that's what we're doing. And then we're going to turn around and we're going to go east again. So several years ago, I got divorced, and a little bit of a reaction to that, I started taking long trips by myself. And I started thinking how much it'd be more enjoyable if I had buddies with me. And so 2 years ago, we had a buddy that retired, and he wanted to do an epic bike trip. And so I said, well, I'll go with you. And so that's the first trip I've done kind of with a buddy. And then you said about that trip.
Yeah, I said that for me it was the most technical and scenic roads I'd ever been on. So it was fantastic. So and he suggested doing another one.
And so this time around, it's my retirement. So I just retired at the end of June.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a school teacher. So I taught high school math science. And so I retired from teaching at the end of the school year, end of June for us, and decided that we need to do a big trip.
Hey, upstate New York, Biker Dad is rolling back into town, and we want you to come hang out with us. We will be at the 24th annual 9/11 tribute ride and concert with Operation Patriot Foundation and UpstateBikerLawyer.com. It's Saturday, September 7th at Ontario Beach Park in Rochester. We'd love to see you there, and you may even appear on the Biker Dad TV show. Come for the live music, the fun, the food, and remember those heroes we lost in 9/11.
I was involved in a serious accident with a drunk driver. It was actually a wrist injury that had really came, from the accident. I do promotional modeling for motorsports. I also actually race semi-professionally as well. I had 3 surgeries altogether. Because of the accident, I actually haven't raced in about 2 years. So I knew Tom Schimmerling from previously. Tom Schimmerling was easy. He did everything for me and made it, very seamless. I was very satisfied with Schimmerling Injury Law and the settlement that they were able to get me.
Our Back on 2 stories are brought to you by UpstateBikerLawyer.com and Tom Schimmerling, founding member of the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. Our Back on 2 story is a cautionary tale, something I've heard over and over again from countless motorcycle crash victims. And it's a problem that can haunt you long after the hospital stay and even long after your recovery.
Well, I was on my way to work. It was 6 o'clock in the morning. I had the green light. The other side was green with a caution for turning. The lady that I hit she made a left-hand turn right in front of me. There was no time to brake or stop. It was instant. Destroyed the bike. It fractured my ankle and dislocated it, and I've got 3 or 4 pins in it holding it together. my pelvis, as a result of hitting the gas tank as hard as I did, it open book fractured my pelvis. So to put it back together, I've got 4 pins in the front and I've got 2 in my back. I always just got the basic insurance on my vehicles, especially once they were 20 years old. It was just like, why cover it? So I just got basic liability, whatever the state wanted, to cover me if I hit somebody else, because I knew my vehicle was done. It just was one of those things. But with this wreck happened, because I didn't at least get the under or no insured motorist on my vehicle, if I'd have had that, it would have helped cover this accident. And because it didn't, I'm kind of on the back end of it. You know, I don't have the kind of coverage for it that I should have had. Take the minute, spend the extra $5. That's all it costs us on our bikes, is extra $5. That $5 will make a whole big difference in your mindset going down the road. I mean, it's not just us on our bikes. We got to look out for our families at home they're the aftermath. You know, if I hadn't come home, I don't know what they would have done. I'm getting another one. And this next spring, I'm planning on getting back on it. I'm going to have to modify it, but I'm going to get back on one.
Getting your insurance evaluated is free and easy. If you need an expert to help you, hit me up. Just email me, chrisbest@tvbikerdad.com, or call me, 251-402-6392. Hey, upstate New York, Biker Dad is rolling back into town, and we want you to come hang out with us. We will be at the 24th annual 9/11 tribute ride and concert with Operation Patriot Foundation and UpstateBikerLawyer.com. It's Saturday, September 7th at Ontario Beach Park in Rochester. We'd love to see you there, and you may even appear on the Biker Dad TV show. Come for the live music, the fun, the food, to remember those heroes we lost in 9/11. Biker Dad is brought to you by UpstateBikerLawyer.com and Tom Schimmerling, founding member of the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. Hey, we're here in upstate New York again with my friend Tom Schimmerling from UpstateBikerLawyer.com. Hey, Tom, it's awesome here in July. I'm guessing it's not so awesome in January to ride a motorcycle, but Southern Tier has one of my bikes that broke down here, so they're fixing it, and we decided to have a little chat while we're here waiting for the bike. And one of the things that we really need to do here with the Hog chapter, which I can see right over here, we're going to talk to him about it after this, is an accident scene management class.
Right.
You've done them here in Binghamton, but not at Southern Tier Harley. And just tell everybody what that is.
Well, we've done these accident scene management classes all over upstate New York, from Westchester County all the way up to Plattsburgh, all the way over to Buffalo and Rochester and, Elmira, Syracuse, many up there, and many all over Binghamton, all over the area. We've done dozens of them, and we've trained over 1,000 bikers. And what it is basically we have professionals who train people what to do before the ambulance comes. A biker goes down, and there's so many ways you can make that situation worse, and a few ways you can make it better. You can make it better for sure, but you can also make it worse. So, they teach you what to do in terms of how to remove the helmet, if you should remove the helmet, how to,
that's a myth to never remove the helmet. People just think that.
That's right. That's definitely a myth. Definitely a myth. But if you don't know what you're doing, then leave it alone. You don't want to jostle that person around. So anyway, we have experts who have been well trained. We had several people, paramedics, nurses, people who know what they're doing, and we've held these classes.
We're here at Mobile Bay Harley Davidson. Usually Master Tech Neil would be joining me, but he doesn't want to be on camera today. So he just showed me this little trick. I've had this happen to me a bunch of times, where the seat bolt either vibrates off, or I'm taking the seat off to check the battery or whatever, and the piece that holds it on under the fender comes off. And as you can see on this bike, I've got stretch bags, I've got a stretch fender, so there's no way I'm getting my arm up underneath that in here to fish this piece up where it belongs. So Neil showed me this little trick. You got to get a long zip tie, and just slide it onto the zip tie, yoink like that, and then this is the hard part, even though this makes it a lot easier. And I'm gonna get this out of the bag too, so I can have it ready to go. I already have the new seat bolt here. This one just like basically vibrated off while I was going down the highway. And so what we're gonna do is try to get this zip tie through this hole by fishing it up under the fender, and you just kind of have to feel your way around in there because there's not enough space for your hand. Oh wait, look, I did it. Neil, freaking first time I found the hole. All right, well, now, did I do it backwards though?
You can just spin it right on around.
See, like now here's where my really bad eyesight comes into play. So I got it out of there enough. Nope, no, that was really helpful. But is that pulled out enough?
Right here is so you got to kind of, there you go.
Right.
See the little notch?
And then this slides in here
from the back side.
The back side.
So you have a little thicker finish.
Bam!
Boom!
There we go, awesome.
And that slides right down.
And just push that back out. That was my problem, is this little plastic piece that kind of holds it in there. I think this got old and broke on me, and then it just fell through the seat hole there, and bam, gone. So this is gonna hold the seat in place, so this screws in here. All right, now we're gonna put the seat back on. This thing sometimes does not like to find its little lip here, so I gotta. All right, and then this was the only thing holding my seat on. It was a good thing I had one. Put it back on. My old man back needs that anyway, but sometimes I like to ride without it because the bike just, let's be honest, looks cooler with the tour pack off and the seat off. Screw in the bags through here. I can get this to line up the way it's supposed to. Just like pretty much anything else. I'm sure most of you have done this before, but screw them all the way in until I have them bolt on. This is more about my bad and nearsightedness than the design or anything. So the seat bolts are one of those Harley parts that actually doesn't cost very much. It's only a few bucks here at Mobile Harley or your local Harley dealer. And I just want to get these on here good and tight. There we go. Buttoned up, ready to go. And now if I want to look cool, take my seat back off and the tour pack off, the seats can actually stay in place. That's it for this episode of the Biker Dad TV show, coming to you from Austin, Texas, and Atlanta, Georgia, and Mobile, Alabama, where we took hundreds of people to go see the new Bikeriders movie for free, thanks to my friends at the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers, Biker Wolfpack Law, Noel Leonard, biker attorney in Alabama, and Michael Moby's Law in Atlanta, Georgia. Until next time, please look twice for motorcycles.